Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. My name's Chris. This is Tennis Manager 25. We're picking up where we left off. Everybody really tired. I don't understand why. Um, but yeah, the goals just updated, and like Nadia, David, very unhappy. But they're not a million miles away. Everyone else is kind of okay, but Anna's just not going to get better in this. We should get to a final of a 250 or above. Whether or not we do is another thing, but career high of 15 for her. Um, and Margot didn't qualify for a Grand Slam. Need to qualify for a 250 or above. And then we should kind of get where we're going. So at least you're decent from the girls, great from the boys. And our juniors, we kind of need to see something, but they're just really not in great place at all. I don't know why everybody's wiped out because we shouldn't have been. And yeah, the juniors get knocked out really early because that's kind of what happens. It's really, really bad. Yeah, thoughts on those two? Do we keep them on? Do we not? I think they're good. I think they're going to be great players one day. But at the same time, like, are we able to focus on them and do what needs to be done? Probably not right now. So, do we just wait around for a couple of years and force them to stay where they're unhappy and then it'll come good eventually? I don't know. I don't know. Um, Margot's going to the final against Lisa Manshot. Should win. Do win. Give up a set, but 6-2, 2-6, 6-3. And Margot just goes ahead and wins on the juniors again. Like, yeah. I wish the juniors were getting more done. I wish everybody was getting more done, to be fair. To be fair. Um, I guess Moyes moved back up to number one. He shouldn't have fallen from number one. Not really sure what's going on there. But yeah, we definitely need some more luck with these guys. 100%. Margot's absolutely dying. Absolutely dying. Let's put a couple of cares in there. That should get her back up to where she wants to be. And yeah, didn't start off the year great on the juniors, and then wins these 3 years. So it's like it's pretty big. She won the end of years on the juniors. Now she's won 3 out of 4 of the junior titles this year, which is all fine. But she's not really sure to play juniors. She's won a 75 on the pro. Her career best is 127. She's not far behind that. And we're going to see kind of what she can do towards the end of the year. But I like her first 4. I'm just not sure on the juniors, as I say. Just not sure. Jack gets to a 32, to a 16, to a quarterfinal, to a semi-final, and gets through to a final. I think this is his makeup tournament because he's a little bit behind everybody. Jakub Mensah is going to be a tough opponent, but I think we're not far behind. We are behind him, but we're not far behind him. Yeah, he needed 4 tournaments. Everyone else, I think, needed 1 or 2, or were already done. So He definitely needed this makeup tournament. If he can win, that's really good. And we just needed to get to the quarterfinals. So we have now hit that goal. So we have, as long as he doesn't drop out the top 50, we have 100% did both Jack and Moyes' goals for the season, which is good. If we can get Hannah to where she wants to be, which is, I think, is a final of a 250 or above, then she'll be in a decent spot. And then it's just, can we get Margot inside the top 100? Yeah, Jacob does win, unfortunately, there, but still good points, good progress from Jack. And again, it's something that we've kind of done well. Pro 100, sure. I mean, it's probably going to get absolutely butchered in it. Probably. But we are just pushing forward at this point. Like, there's no reason not to. There's no reason not to. Nadia, yeah, I just don't feel like our junior players are doing well enough. Yanni Van Ziel, 6-2, 6-1. Good opener for Hannah. Would be really happy with that. Increased reputation of the academy. Okay. Now, this was filled as, like, we've completed almost everything. All the upgrades we done by January. Like, everything is done. And this was either not a goal or it was already completed. So it sucks that it keeps not reading this goal, because it's really annoying me. 3 seasons row, we have increased the reputation academy of 4.5 stars. Like, that's going to take 4 months. This will be done by the end of the month. That's the only upgrades left to do. Everything else is fully maxed out across the board. And yet it keeps telling me that we're not in a good place. And I don't understand that. I don't understand that at all. We're the #1 academy in the world. We've got one of the best teams. We don't have as many players as Muratoglu's, but I'd argue our quality is as high. We're joint top in scouting, which is our worst thing. We have the best training facilities. We have the best medical facilities. We have the best business center alongside the best ever. Our talent zone isn't as high as America, but it's on a par with France, and Germany. I thought we were here with Spain, but apparently we're not with 4-star, not 3.5-star. But either way, we're not the best there. But overall, we're the best academy. And it's not updating, and it's not really giving us any credit for anything we've done. Just a little annoying. It's just a little annoying. So yeah, not gonna overthink or worry about too much. Solid player. Can win, should win, do win. 6-2, 6-1. It does put us in a quarterfinal against Kunming Zhang again, who we've played recently and beaten. Make that twice, and oh my god, the world #4, 6-1, 6-love, almost double bageled the world #4. Hannah is too good just to not win tournaments. She just doesn't win at any level very often. It's really annoying. I think Margot just got to a final. And it's in Boko again. At least her ranking has now reflected how well she's been playing. Mboko in a semi, Coco makes it to the final. Probably going to be those two. And it will be Coco versus Mboko. And a semi-final for Hannah. She wants to get to a final of one of these events. She didn't quite get it done there. But again, I can understand why with the player that we're up against. But she's not better than us. She's at our level. Coco is better than us. Andreeva is better than us. Zheng is better than us. So why do we keep losing to Mboko? Like, her game must just match up really well. I don't love that. A Pro 50 for Margot. She needs stuff like this. 6-2, 6-1. Another 50 points for a ranking. Definitely should move her back inside the top 125. Absolutely fantastic stuff. Absolutely fantastic stuff. Everyone gets through their 128s. So yeah, back to just default right now then. Thomas Mashak. Should be a win. He's at the edge over us, but that ties it up 3 matches each in our 6 meetings. 6-3, 6-1. Everyone gets through their 64. Up against Brooksby, who's had some success lately and has beaten us in our only meeting with 6-1, 6-1. We tie that up. Hannah does get through. Jack does get knocked out, but he's already at his career high of 35. We can't really fault him this season. Got to the quarterfinals of Wimbledon. A best performer there by far. Yeah. I'm back to Arthur, round of 16. 3-2. And that becomes 4-2 as we start pulling away from our old French rival. 6-4, 6-3. Firmly entrenched as the French number 1. Cruz, Hewitt, dangerous young opponent. Played 3, 1-2. Now have taken that third game. 6-4, 6 love. Hannah gets knocked out in a quarterfinal. I was hoping if I didn't really pay attention, I didn't really look at it, maybe we get through. We wanted to be on the other side of the bracket just a little bit. Like, we can beat Quinwen Zheng. We can beat Emma Navarro. Sviatek we've taken close, and Boko just keeps beating us. But Hannah does need to make a final. And it's just not quite getting there. Ben Shelton, and then nobody made it on the other side. Like, none of the high seeds made it on the other side. Alexander Blocks and Sava Rybkin, just crazy. We've got Shelton's number usually. We do again today, 6-3, 6-2, making a final against Alexander Blocks. Okay. Tied for 1 match apiece. 7-5, 6-2. Kwame takes a tournament which, with Holger Rune breathing down his neck in the world rankings, I think that is something that needed. So, yeah, Margot's going for the Junior Tour Finals. Not surprising. Not surprising at all. And, yeah, Hannah moves back outside the top 20. Margot drops just a spot to 121. Nadia drops a couple of spots as well. So, not great lately. Oh, my God. Hannah gets bounced really early. By Alexandra Eala. Okay. Shouldn't have happened. Did happen, but shouldn't have happened. Um, let's see, equal or less than 15. Yeah. There's enough of these. Now I like to look at the end of the season to see if anyone stands out as maybe really, really good that we can bring in, especially the British players. I feel as a British Academy, we should kind of be focused on British players, and we got Hannah doing okay and Jack doing okay. It's just Moyes is phenomenal and has set so many records that it feels almost impossible to drop him. It really does. And then Margot's so good coming through. So we've got two really good British, two really good French. Our academy player doesn't feel amazing yet, but I think we'll get there. David's progressing really well, but again, just doesn't feel huge there. So, yeah, cheap little 250 for Moyes. Tiebreaker with Machak. We beat him 6-1, 6-4. Nadia gets knocked out really early. And then David gets knocked out really early. Just not where we want to be. Not where we want to be. Never lost to Jacob. We could, but we don't today. 6-2, 6-3. Margot could get ourselves a good place here. Nadi's a solid player outside the top 50. A little wild. We win the tiebreaker. So 7-5, 6-1. 3 victories to 2 now in our meetings. Margot makes a final. I really want her to win. Like I said, we're really focused on the top 100 in the world. Should be an easy one for Moyes over Giovanni. We've only just played him 6-2, 6-3, or 6-3, 6-2. And then Margot against Jennifer Ott, 175 in the world, just beating the second seed. An easy first set for Margot in that semi-final. Then we lost a tiebreaker and won a tiebreaker. We've never played Ott, but we should win and claim a good victory. We take the first set 7-5, then drop back-to-back 4-6. And we just seem to be leaving points on the table with Margot. We're getting towards those semi-finals and finals. We're not quite getting over the line. She is up to a 113, but a win there probably would have put us all the way up inside that top 100. So, yeah. Okay, so Jack's going in the next gen finals. I feel good about that. Hannah didn't get in the next gen finals. I think she's in the women's finals. And I think these both were rejected because they're in the junior finals. I feel like that's what's going on. So I think women's finals, men's next gen finals, junior finals, junior finals, junior finals. I think that's it. 3 in the junior finals, 1 in the next gen, and 2 at the pro level. I think. I mean, you're tired, but should get some rest. You get to a quarterfinal. That's good. Maya. Okay. You're a level 5. And you're a 17 ability to provide cat. I feel like that'll be pretty good. You're being paid 3.5. You love being here. Looks like you're probably Margot's physio. And you want to stay on the same money. I'll give you a little bit of a bonus there for going to 5 years. That's absolutely fine. Sign the contract. I don't feel like that's a bad deal for us at all. And that's probably the first contract negotiation we've had with the staff member whose contracts run out. We're finally getting to that stage. Jack. Pro 100. It's not what we need, but it's always nice to win one, and we do. 626 love. He doesn't need to win much. Tanner's back just outside the top 20. Margot's now 3 spots out of that top 100. Jack's back up now to 32. Yeah, he's so close. He's so close. Don't really care about any of that. Yeah, we just keep going. David gets knocked out. Nadia gets knocked out. These juniors, man. These juniors, they want to set ridiculously high goals. And then they want to look like they might be able to do it. And then they get so far away from it and get so upset about it. It's unbelievable. Moyes has never beaten Radulov. We haven't played for 2 years. It was a tight match. And 6-3, 7-5. Not the most comfortable, but a win. The 4 seniors all winning at the moment. And this may, again, not someone we've played a ton. A really good player. I started doing well in tournaments again. Never, I feel, going to hit number 6 again. They probably going to have to win a Grand Slam to get up there. But a dangerous opponent. 6-1, 6-2. Handily dealt with by Moyes. Everybody getting through their quarterfinals there is a nice sign. Can we get a final with everybody? Like, can we get a final with everyone? 6 games, 3 each between Moyes and Gabriel. 6-4, 7-5. Moyes tips it in his favor. We're making a ton of money with nothing to spend it on. Jack gets to the quarterfinals. He got knocked out by world number 2 Holger Rune. 7-6, 6-4. But that middle set 6-1, like, it just shows that the talent is there. We lose that opening tiebreaker. We come back, we dominate, and it's a really hard fought set where Rune's experience plays a big part, I feel. It's a little unfortunate, but, like, at least they don't have to face each other in the final. But also, I kind of wanted them to face each other in the final, too. So we just beat Arthur. We beat him again, 6-3, 7-6. And Shelton beats Rune, so into the final against Ben Shelton, who seems to be playing really well and is really pushing. He'll be back in the top 10 very soon, but 5 matches to love and make it 6, 6-3, 6-4. The outside of the Grand Slams, Moyes has been an absolute menace this season. Number 1 versus number 2 here. Margot versus Teresa. 113 in the world playing 143. But Margot really is 103. So we'll kind of see what happens. But again, we should win. Tyler, Texas. Can we get you done? 6-1 and 7-5. Had to grind out that second set. But that's big for Margot. That should be our top 100 spot secured. And a 500. Hannah makes the final. It's what she wanted to do. Win you another 500 points would be really big to get back up to that top 15 spot. I don't know if it would fully do it. It would be tight. It would be tight, but it might take us as high as 14. We've never beaten Anastasia. Potapova just has had her number. That being said, 2 were last year. 1 was at the beginning of this year. How much better has Hannah got over the year? 2 last year were blowouts. The start of this year was a lot more competitive. This one isn't any bigger. So, yeah, we get the final. That's really nice. But only moves up to top 20. We could have been a top 15 again. Looks like Moyes has rebounded and is the number 1. He did briefly lose that top spot. Holger has been fighting for it. So yeah, just a single week at number 2. The perfect record has fallen. That's what happens when you don't win a major. Yeah, okay. Margot is there. Top 25 for Jack is phenomenal. The fact that he's closed in on Hannah so much is mind-blowing. And I'm just not going to talk about the juniors because, you know, that's where everything is. So, yeah, we got our final. This is where it is. If we can get top 15, that will be fine. We won at Tyler, Texas, so that's big here. We are well inside the top 30 French women. We're inside the top 100. We will be in the next gen final, so this will be filled out. These two probably going to remain empty, and that's just going to top her up a little bit. Moyes is full. Jack is full. And that's it. That's it. Yeah, we'll talk. Who are we talking about? Top 100. Margot has done it. Okay. So now we're talking about Margot. Yeah, I'm satisfied. Well deserved for the hard work she's put in. She's on the right path. She's a workaholic. Yeah, volley and serve. So to get to the top 50, by the end of the year at the latest, well, I mean, like, what's that, like 2 weeks? Like, why is that even an option? The end of next year, sure, maybe. But these two make no sense. I'm saying she just broke into the top 100. Come on now. Might not be the answer people want to hear. Maybe Margot doesn't like that. Maybe she does. She does. But yeah, I feel it had to be said. These two are maybe going to get injured training at the end of the year. Are you nuts? And I guess they didn't even make the juniors final. So wow, what a disappointing collapse from the pair. So Margot's in the juniors final, and then the men's final. Did Hannah not get in? Did she not get in to either of these? No. Okay. Confused. I thought she was in the top 8 here. She's definitely young enough. She should have been in this. Her world ranking is like way ahead of these people. Okay, like not quite good enough to be in that, sure. But when it said that she didn't qualify for the juniors, I thought that meant that she'd been pushed up into the main one for some reason. So all really we have is Jack in the next gen. Moyes is in the men's final. And you're playing the juniors right now. So Margot in the juniors in the girls. Jack in the men's is playing the next gen. And Moyes is playing the men's finals. And nothing for Hannah. Is the next gen's 21 and below? Maybe? Maybe she's too old for it? That could be the only thing I would think of. Huh. I wasn't expecting that. That's kind of a slight disappointment there. I'm not going to lie. Margot gets a semi-final here. She will be playing against Elizabeth Krastinova. Beaten her twice, lost once, should win again. 3-1 to us. Yeah, 6-4, 6-1. So the junior girls title goes to Margot Arnold. She hasn't really wanted to play juniors, and she probably won't be playing it next year, thankfully. She'll be full-time pro. But, yeah, she will be going out on a high. 100% happy with that, at least. So we've got De Miner, Fonseca, and Yannick Sinner. Okay. Bugard, Rune, Landaluce, Alcaraz. I kind of prefer my side because I think. Well, saying that, Cena's phenomenal. Alcaraz is phenomenal. But we beat the both of them realistically, fairly easily at times. Domeno, Bugard, kind of similar. They can beat us, but generally speaking, we do beat them. Fonseca and Landaluce is more of a 50-50. And of course, us and Rune would be the two that would swap groups in theory. But even then, that's another kind of 50-50. Kind of tough. But I was going to say I'd prefer that group than this, but I think they're roughly the same, and I'd slightly prefer the one we're in. I guess it comes down to Fonseca or Landaluce. At the end of the day, that's all there is to it. So, Alex, 646 love. That's the one we can kind of count on. Fonseca, tough. We've beaten him twice. He's never beaten us, but could always be the first time. 7663. Maybe he's just not developed the way I thought he would. That could be something. I think we get to the quarters, then we can start looking at Jack 2. It just goes to the semi-finals. But yeah, we can keep an eye on him later on in some stuff too. Yeah, I mean, us and Yannick have quite a good history. 6-1 to us. Ooh, we lose that first set and then 6-1, 6-2. Maybe nerves and then coming through or something. I don't know, but yeah, we just beat him a bunch. And Jack's done really well. He's got through a bunch. Jordan Lee's made it through and is into the final. Jack's got Mattis Thorsnes. Not a name I know. A very good young player, but someone we should beat. We're kind of 1-1. 4-2, 4-1, 4 love. Absolutely take him apart. And then we do face up against Alcaraz to go up against Holger Rune. Like, no surprises in this whatsoever. It says Jack Palfrey versus Kwame. It's not. It's Alcaraz who beats us. Weird bug there. Yeah, I'm kind of confused, if I'm honest. Kind of confused, but okay. Jordan Lee versus Jack Palfrey. Moyes couldn't get his done. Can Jack? Margot took the juniors. Jack's trying to take the next gen. And he does. He drops that first set 3-4, but then 4-3, 4-3. Finishes up strong 4-1. Beats the American. We have the best junior girl. We have the most promising up-and-comer on the men's circuit. And we still have the world number one, even though he couldn't get it done towards the end of the year. That's not bad. How many points? It's not worth any points. I guess the points are all done by the time you get there. I'm a little sad, though, because I was hoping there'd be a few points and maybe Jack could move up to, like, 20th in the world to match Hannah. Because I would find that amusing. Now, if you get injured, you get injured. You're just going to play. At the end of the day. Yeah, big from Jack. Margot gets her victory in a Pro 100, which is, yeah, her biggest win of her career so far. It's been pretty good, though. She won a Rookie 15. She's won 5 Rookie 35s, 2 50s, 2 75s, including Tyler, Texas, recently. And then she follows that up in Dubai with an end of season big win there. And that should definitely keep her inside that top 100 we want to do. So, Jack Palfrey. Yeah, I'm not surprised by the result. He's just good. Never been highly ranked. We're talking about Moyes again. Weird. Yeah, I don't know what his limit is, but he can still improve. He's very good. You study his game and what needs to be done. And yeah, the infrastructure is great. I'm not just going to praise Mike anymore, but like the infrastructure is great, but it's all about how you use it, and he has used it very, very well. Back to the World Cup. World Cup. World Cup. World Cup. World Cup. World Cup. So annoying. It's so annoying. It's so annoying. World Cup. World Cup. World Cup. Okay, so leave the academy, change coaches, set the bar lower next season. Well, option 3 would be my choice, Nadia, but I don't want to do number 2. If you really want to do number 1, maybe we discuss that. David, exactly the same. Margot, exactly the same. Like, I feel hard done by a little bit with Margot. So we got so close to this, but we were forced to participate in the juniors a lot, which we won. We would have got this anyway. But like we smashed the world ranking, which was crazy high. We almost hit this. And towards the end of the season, we didn't really have an opportunity to do this. I didn't feel comfortable, but we won a Pro 100 and smashed this number 4 ranked woman in France. And it still comes out as a bad situation. Hannah just stumbled at the end. The juniors just weren't good. And the boys just killed it. It's just Kwame couldn't win a big tour event. And he ends up as world number 2. Very close. But yeah, those tour wins that boosted him in the Grand Slam events are dropping off. To be world number 1, you got to be winning them. And he didn't. So, yeah. These two are a little hard done by. These two just, yeah, disappointing as all hell. And Jack and Kwame. I thought we'd perfect them both. We didn't quite perfect Kwame. I can't believe that we're not world number 1. I can't believe we're not world number 1. Equipment sponsors then. Earnings. We took all 150 grand from David's contract and from Nadia's. We took just under 700 from Margot. We took the whole 750,000 from Jack. So pretty solid all in, I'm going to say that. I'm very, very happy with that. Hannah, we only took a little over a quarter of what we could, 839k. Not amazing, not bad. Only 2 out of 6 goals. That's fine. We took 4 out of 6 goals, but only just 55% of the money on the table for Moyes, which is $10 million. Like, that's mind blowing. And we're going to have some more contracts coming up as well that we're going to renegotiate. So, yeah, we're going to keep working. We're going to keep working. Like the only thing we could say that would be realistic is the scouts, but like we're already building that final building. That's the last one that needs to get upgraded. And the greatest champion. I do think he needs a sharper serve, but like to get into the top 3, he spent the year apart from 2 weeks as world number 1. To get into the top 3, like that's not a goal anymore. It's to get back to number 1. Like week 44, he was world number 2 and bounced right back. And on week 46, at the end of the year, world number 2. Polish all the shots. I don't love it, but it's what it is. Yeah, bringing the young players in just isn't a good idea right now. Don't really feel like that is. Margot just wins there. Yeah, bad end to the season for both of these. Could have definitely hit their goals, but they dropped off so badly. Margot, fantastic, jumping up, playing really well towards the end of the season. So much hope for her next year. Jack, what a great season. Just misses out on a top 25 spot, but can't complain about that. Feel like he's had a fantastic year and could kick on next season. Hannah falls from 15 down to 20 again. Feels like she's kind of gone up and down, but sticks at that 20. Maybe she's not going to be too much better than she is right now. That could be a thing. And yeah, Moyes does drop off that top spot, but we go again. Oh, these might actually be right. Normally when we see these, because everyone's been reset at the start of the season, everyone's record's exactly 0 for all categories, all stats. But yeah, top 10 most Masters, Premiers, titles. Okay. So Djokovic has got 41. And Moyes, Jesus. The names on this list is nuts. She's got more than Chang, more than Muster, more than Villas, more than Nastase, which is kind of the first really big name on this list for me here. He's matched Alcaraz. He's so young. But he's matched Alcaraz. And Pete Sampras. Like, oh my God, that's crazy. Zverev, Medvedev have 12, so they're in range. Then you've got Rod Laver, John McEnroe, and Andy Murray. Like, serious company at this level. And he could hit that next year. He could surpass that next year and get a Bjorn Borg, Jimmy Connors level. Then we're up to Agassi next, outside the top 5. But, like, that's all doable within a year. Rosewall at 20, that's nuts. Ivan Lendl at 22. And then you get up into the all-time greats, which I think some of these names kind of should be in discussion. Like Andre Agassi was amazing. Bjorn Borg, Jimmy Connors, amazing. McEnroe. Murray sadly played against like 3 of the best to ever do it. Otherwise would have been the best of his generation, probably. Sampras, just so dominant in his day, too. Like, there's so many good names here. But like, once you get up then to the top 3, and it is a bit of a jump. Federer, 28. Nadal, 36. And Djokovic, 41. That is unbelievable. So, most titles. Rosewall's got 118. Like, we're not on this list. Andy Murray's won 2 Olympics. Everyone else has won 1. Like the Grand Slams, we've only got 3, so we'll be where Leighton Hewitt is right now, to be fair. We can start kind of climbing on that, but the most finals titles, again, yeah, we need to get up there, but that's nuts. That's nuts to me, being that high up. And then the most big titles, we're currently 13. We can get up into the top 10. Like, Djokovic just is a problem. Small titles, Australian Championships, French Opens. I mean, we're not on this list, but we are on this list. Winning 2 would be huge. Djokovic 10 Australian, Nadal's 14 French Open, and Federer 8 times at Wimbledon. Like, there's reasons why they are so good and why Andy Murray isn't thought of as being that good. Because nobody else had to play with the 3 best of all time by a lot of metrics as well. Jimmy Connors 5 at New York with Federer and Sampras. Like, that feels like one you can attack. That does feel like one Moyes could attack. 100%. Most consecutive weeks at number 1. 237 for Roger. Again, is nuts. Absolutely nuts. Moyes got 59. If he just had won one major this year, then we'd be up to 62 or 63 right now. No, we'd be at 66 right now. And so going into the season, until we got to that first major, like, we'd be really close to Leighton Hewitt at that point. But yeah, what's 237? That's like 5 years and change. 3 years. Almost 4 years to get past Yannick Sinner. Yeah, okay. Most total weeks at number 1 will be easier to climb. 61. So within 2 or 3 years, we could be sort of towards top 5s there. And that's it. So yeah. Josh Eisner, Jimmy Connors, Rafael Nadal, Andy Murray all have 1 record. Ken Rosewell and Roger Federer have 2. And Novak Djokovic has 8. Scary. We're not in this, but Navratilova and Chris Evert kind of dominate. Steffi Graf was great back in the day. Margaret Court, Willis. Then Serena only holds 1 title, most aces. Okay. I would have thought that was more. And most consecutive weeks at number 1. Swiatek, like, I really thought Coco would be taking over and Andreeva would be taking over, but she's just done fantastically well. That's nuts. Absolutely nuts. Yeah, that's actually blown my mind a little bit there. Swiatek's done amazing. Amazing. 6 New York titles. Chris Evert also alongside Serena Williams there. She does outright hold the French titles. In London, Helen Willis has 15, Navratilova with 9. Something I wanted Hannah to kind of do, but like, the way we struggle so much on grass. Margaret Court in Australia. Yes, it's going to take some to get up this list. My worry being also, is the first women's Grand Slam going to be won by Hannah? Or is it going to be Margot because Hannah just doesn't win? Like, she didn't win in a Grand Slam. She got to 2 round of 32s. Not bad. Really good. She didn't win a Masters 1000. She got 2 quarterfinals and semi-final. Not bad. Really good. Now, top 20, top 15 player in the world, though. You might expect a little bit more here. She didn't even win a 500. A quarter, a semi, and a final. That's the first final she's got to, all the way down on a 500. And then we've got to go all the way down to a 125. The only thing she won this year were two 125s. Top 15 player in the world this year. Currently now sat at 20, which is a place up from where she was last year. This is our problem. Moyes, wins a bunch of thousands and 500s and 250s. And he won everything he played in below 1,000. Jack got to a final of a 250. Won two 125s. So, yeah, even though he should be much behind Hannah, he's at age 19, he's right where she is. And she started at 21 and ended 20. He started in 94. And then this year was huge. This is kind of Wimbledon. The jump up in this stage. Peaks at 25, ends at 26. Definitely catching. Starting the year in the 600s. And just a couple of big jumps early. And then just a nice climb. Finishing at 85 is amazing. Won a Pro 100. So just behind where Hannah's winning right now. It's nuts. Yeah, didn't win above a 300 for either of the juniors. Ooh, little interesting for sure. Little interesting for sure, but yeah, of course, Hannah can get to a final she can't win. Not even at the World Cup stage. But yeah, so end of your contract. Okay. Okay, well, I mean, this was a great deal. Montpellier. Normally, when we're getting paid to go into a tournament, it's to miss something huge. So it's never really worth it for me. But yeah, if we win a Grand Slam, we get a couple of million. That's a decent default contract. Not one we'd want to go for. We should be getting better. I think the one we've just come off was better. So Hannah moves back inside the top 20 at least. She is 19th in the world. Jack is up to 25. Margot moves up to her new high of 82. Moyes stays world number 2. And the juniors, David at 19, Nadia at 22. It's not bad. It's just not where we wanted to be with them. And there we go then. So World Cup, France wins the men's. United States wins the women's. And since we lost in a final, I'm going to say Great Britain was probably in that final against the States. So we could have had Moyes win and Hannah win here. Australia won the boys' title. Germany won the girls. And winners of the circuits, Holger Rune and Mira Andreeva, with Cruz Western and Arnaud winning the boys and the girls. Probably both going to graduate out of that next season. Norescu with the best progression into the top 100. Diallo, best progression within the top 100. The best under 21 player is Jack Palfrey. Holger Rune is a serve machine. That's what ended up winning in world number 1 and the tour at the end of the season. But the best returner is Jack Palfrey with 45%. That's nuts. Best clay player was Sinner. The best grass and indoor player was Moyes. Really? Grass? With the best grass player? Then do something at Wimbledon. Come on, Moyes. The best progression into the top 100 in the women's tour was Margot. Baros was the best within the 100. Yeah, Deceiver, best under 21. Coco was the best server. Best returner was Margot. Oh my God. Margot and Jack were the best returners in tennis. If we can get Hannah firing, get Moyes back to his best, get Hannah to take that next step and challenge for majors, and have Jack and Margot as good as they are, like that could be nuts. The best player on clay was Margot. Like, what? The best grass player was Mira, and Iga Swiatek the best indoors. Like I say, if anyone's gonna win a major on the women's, is it gonna be Hannah or is it gonna be Margot? At this stage, like, I don't know. I just don't know. So Antonius is up to 54th in the world, not far away from where he was. Right decision to drop him. He's good, but he's never going to be great. And I think Jack is an upgrade. And we dropped Yana. She's 72 in the world. She was 56. Again, she looks really good. But Margot is so much younger and potentially, I think, is going to quickly get past her. Like, we're around the same part of the world in the rankings. So, yeah, that's another season wrapped up there. We're into 2032 very, very soon. The staff, I feel like, is just fantastic. I've got to be honest with you. I can get another couple of coaches, another 3 trainers. We could add more players in. I don't feel we need to. I'm really happy with the staff we have. I'm really happy with the physios we have. Yeah, the scouts are decent, and in a couple of months, probably like week 3 or 4, we'll probably have even more scouts at the top level. I think we've got the best agent in the game. We are paying a lot of money for, but at the same time, we only need to get 150 grand to pay off their wages for the year. And we're getting contracts like Moises, which definitely put us there. So let me know what you think of the season, of the team. What's going to happen with Nadia and David? Do we stick with them? Do we not? How do we feel about Margot versus Hannah? Jack versus Moyes? I feel next season, like, we're going to have 4 players really battling in quarterfinals and beyond in, like, major events. And who's going to step up? Is Moyes going to be the next one to win a Grand Slam? Or is he going to continue just to struggle a little bit there? Is Jack going to step up? Is Hannah finally going to step up? Is it going to be a surprise? And maybe Margot just comes out of nowhere and wins our first women's Grand Slam. And who's going to win at Wimbledon? Is it really going to be Jack? It feels like Jack. It should be Moyes. My heart says I want it to be Hannah. And, like, I just don't know. I've got to be honest. I just don't know. So I'd love to hear your thoughts and feelings on all that. But yeah, I think a good season, not a great season overall. Didn't quite win enough for that. Didn't hit our goals enough for that. People are upset. But hey, not a ton I could do about it. But yeah, I'll see you for next season, back very soon. Until then, please do like, comment, and subscribe. It does help grow the channel. We're so close to 1,000. I'm really hoping we can get there. So let's keep that push going. If you're not subscribed, please do consider doing so. It'd be a major, major boost for me. And yeah, check out the other playlists we've got on the channels. We've got memberships available as well, with little extras on that. And yeah, I'll see you again very soon. Until then, take care, stay safe, all the very best to you. And I don't know what's happening next season, but I think it's going to be fun finding out. And we're starting to get to a really interesting place now where our players are going to really start to compete at the top level against one another. So place your bets on who that's going to benefit more than others, but we'll see when we get there.